My presentation will be very direct into the logistics potential of the airport. So we will not be presenting anything about tourism. That has been presented already. Okay, next please. So just an introduction. I think everyone knows that the Lipad is a PPP project that is awarded by government in August 19 August 16, 2019, and it's composed of four private corporations. That's Philinvest, JG Summit, Changi, and PAGS. Next, please. So this map shows the logistics and the strategic location of Clark. The Clark Airport is the main gateway to central and northern Luzon, and it has a catchment population of 23 million. So how do we account for the 23 million? So accountant po ako, so I have to account the 23 million. So dapat tama yung addition. Anyway, so Central Luzon is 12.4, and then southern of northern Luzon is about 5. And then that's what we call the contested market, which is the northern portion of Manila, because of our nice expressway. It's faster if you're located in Quezon City to go to Clark than to go to the Manila airport. So that's about, the total is 23 million. Next, please. So, as mentioned, Clark is in the middle of free port zones that produces goods, potentially to use the airport as their shipment hub. So you have PEZA zones. You also have, of course, a Clark Freeport, and you have Subic Bay, John Hay, and Freeport area of Bataan. So you find Clark in the middle of all of this export processing zones. Next, please. So the Clark area is connected by land because of our expressways, sea because of Subic, and air because of the Clark Airport. Next, please. So this is presented also before, that you see Clark in the major expressway in the region. So you have TICPLEX, ECITEX, Skyway, and also NLEX. Next. So for the Clark Airport is right now accessible using the Clark South and the Clark North. The nearer gate is actually the Clark North. So from the Clark North, you're in the airport in less than 5 to 10 minutes. Okay? So bawal po kasi ang traffic sa Clark. Di ba, ma'am? Next, please. Now, this is very important because that is the terminal building, and that we have a dedicated service roads to the cargo facility. Now, why is that very important? Because it only takes 10 minutes to transport your cargo from the cargo warehouses to the tarmac of the airport. So what does that mean? That means it's very efficient. And then the cost of shipping goods, therefore, is a lot lower than other ports of shipment. Next. Next, please. So we also have the ecosystem to facilitate shipment of cargo in Clark. I think the biggest is that we have our own customs collector, which is very supportive. And of course, CDC as government in Clark facilitates all. You get all your permits to ship your goods coming from one office in Clark. And it's very efficient, it's very automated. So in terms of ease of shipment, you find it in Clark. Next, please. Now, we have the following ground handlers, cargo handlers in Clark. So you have CASI, you have Macro Asia, PAGS, and also Dinata. These are all currently present in the airport. Next. Now, we also have a total of 24,933 square meters of available customs facility warehouses. So these are already available for short-term and also long-term usage. So PAGS would have 1,000 square meters, CASI would have 4,900, Cargo House is 15,500 square meters, and Isla Bonded has 3,500. Next, please. We also have a cold storage facility that's available that can accommodate up to 50 cubic meters. And depending on the temperature requirement, this was very critical during the COVID because the vaccines needed to be in refrigerated. We were able to handle that in Clark. Next. Now, in terms of growth of aircraft, so from 2019 to 2023, in terms of air traffic movement, there is a 3% growth. Our 2023 flights is 3,500, while in terms of tonnage, it's a 23% growth, CAGR, from 2019 to 2023, ending up the 2023 figures at 44.2 tons. So there's really a lot of potential for cargo. Next, please. Now, in terms of the available flights and the available belly cargo that you can find in Clark, so we have the following connectivity. So for Doha, there is 5 weekly frequency capable of handling 12 tons per flight. For Dubai, we have 6 weekly capable of handling 23 tons per flight. Singapore is 10 times weekly, 2 to 4 tons per flight. Bangkok is daily, 2 tons per flight. Incheon is 18 times weekly, 2 tons per flight. Busan is 4 times weekly, 2 tons per flight as well. Chengdu is 2 times weekly, 2 tons. Narita is 4 times weekly, capable of holding 2 tons each. Taipei is 12 times weekly, capable of accommodating 10 tons per flight. Hong Kong is 18 times weekly, capable of accommodating 2 tons per flight. We also have domestic belly hold cargo that is available. So for Cebu, we have 17 weekly flights. So for the jet, they can accommodate 2 tons. For our ATR, they can accommodate 300 kilograms. For Davao, this is daily until this month. And then that's accommodating 2 tons. Kateklan is 18 times. So the ATR can accommodate 300 kilograms, while the jet would accommodate 2 tons. Busuanga is 11 times weekly, 300 kilograms per flight. Siargao is daily, also 300 kilograms. San Vicente is 300 kilograms. And El Nido, 300 kilograms, which is also daily. Next. So aside from the belly cargo of our commercial flights, we also have freighter operations coming from doing 8 destinations, having 39 weekly frequency coming from 6 airlines. So that's FedEx, UPS, Sea Air for domestic, and JDL for China. Next. Next, please. Next, please. Now, the concession agreement of Lipad grants Lipad 759 hectares of property. So let me just share with you the master plan. Sige, next. Next, please. So this is our phase 1. In terms of passenger, this can accommodate 14 million up to 16 million. So you would see on the left side, it's all MRO. In the middle is express freight. And you have cargo, and then you have the terminal development. So this terminal, based on phase 1, can accommodate up to 14 million annual passengers. Next. If you, this is a massing of presentation of the phase one. Next to. For phase two, next slide please. Phase two is designed to accommodate 45 million passengers. If you note, the Clark Civil Aviation Complex can accommodate up to 3 runways. Okay? So under this phase two master plan, it can accommodate 45 million passengers a year. And then the final phase, next. Next. Next, please. So the final phase of the Clark Civil Aviation Complex development is actually with a capacity of 80 million passengers in Clark. The good thing about the Clark Airport development is there is no impediment to construction. There are no right of way. There are no informal settlers. So that's why our joke in Clark even before was, you need to build something, you just pour concrete. Good morning.